You obsolete mules. Welcome to episode 52 of the Andre Corbeil show at the Vince Russo's networks. I am the broken one, Matt Hardy.
An icon in this industry, none other than Mick Foley.
I mean, facts are facts. You said it.
Ladies and gentlemen, professional wrestling fans worldwide, welcome to episode 52 of the Andre Corbeil show. Right here at Rob Kimball Brand. Yes, Vince Russo and Jeff Lane are in Colorado for Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling. So next week's Andre Corbeil show will return at The Brand, russosbrand.com, Relm Network, and Vince Russo on YouTube. But I digress. This is your WWE 2016 Clash of Champions prediction show. Or in this case, we'll call it a premonition show, but I digress. Rob Kimball, Randy Helms, and Andre Corbeil have lots for you surrounding this returning pay-per-view. But technically, is it really a pay-per-view? Back in WCW, Clash of Champions was a pay-per-view caliber TV event, free for everybody tuning in at home on their television sets. Now, when it comes to generated excitement surrounding this pay-per-view, I got to be honest, wrestling fans, as a guy that was a big NWA, WCW fan, it's hard to generate that excitement for this 2.0 version of Clash of Champions. I'm going to give it a chance, and I'm going to tune in. Hopefully, it's a good pay-per-view, but we shall see. Now, if you look at the brand split since it's happened, you'd have to give the check mark in the bracket of WWE SmackDown for being the more compelling of the two products. But I'm not saying that it's amazing or whatever, but there are certain issues rendering, like 3-hour programming, followed by a 2-hour show. And these two shows are following 3-hour pay-per-views every second week. Now, Vince McMahon, for decades, has proven that he's a savvy businessman, a very smart, cunning individual. That's why he's had the success he's had within his career, within his life to this point. But is that really a good business model? Pay-per-view, 3 hours, sometimes 4, depending on the caliber of the pay-per-view. And then that's followed by a 3-hour WWE Raw the next night, followed by a 2-hour WWE SmackDown the next night. That's like feeding me hot dogs 3 freaking days in a row, twice a month. But I digress. I'm going to give WWE Clash of Champions 2016 a chance. But I'm not going to be the one giving the predictions. Rob Kimball and Randy Helms will be in the next following segments with their WWE Clash of Champions predictions. But we have a very special guest, a broken guest, that's going to take over my spot, my part in these WWE Clash of Champions premonitions. My name's Andre Corbeil. I'm a knowledgeable, passionate wrestling reporter for russosbrand.com, Relm Network, and Vince Russo on YouTube. Follow my own channel, follow Rob Kimball, and follow Randy Helms, all here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channels. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get this video deleted. You obsolete mules. Welcome to episode 52 of the Andre Corbeil show at the Vince Russo's networks. I am the broken one, Matt Hardy, bringing you your WWE Clash of Champions pay-per-view premonitions. Now, this is a pay-per-view that shouldn't be a pay-per-view. I go back to 1773 in WCW. It was free on the television. Yes, we had televisions back then in 1773. But Matt Hardy, the broken one, without Brother Nero, without King Maxwell, without my beautiful wife, Rebby, and most importantly, without Senior Benjamin. And Vanguard won. I'm still here because I lost a bet. I told King Maxwell, you do not gamble with that shady, that nefarious Andre Corbeil. But he did, King Maxwell. He did, and he lost the beat. So nonetheless, the Broken One is here with your premonitions for this WWE pay-per-view this Sunday, WWE Clash of Champions. Now, the kickoff show for Clash of Champions is the big girl versus the little one. All in a nutshell, Alicia Fox, the little one, she will be deleted. She will be obsolete. Because the future is in Nia Jax, who will get the win at WWE Clash of Champions. Now our second match at this pay-per-view premonitions video is Enzo and Scotty Too Hottie, the Hottie, versus the Shining Ones. It's funny because I don't see much light shining for the Shining Stars who will be deleted in this pay-per-view. So yes, Big Cass and the one I remember a long time ago, Scotty Too Hottie, will be deleted. Now next on this obsolete pay-per-view is the Jericho one versus my other broken brother, Chris Jericho. The other obsolete mule who will be deleted at WWE McMahon Clash of Champions. Now next is the best of 7. And who didn't think that this would go all the way to 7? It would be shitty booking. At least at the Hardy compound, we would not allow that to happen. King Maxwell, he would not allow that to happen. Senior Benjamin, he would not allow that to happen. Rebby, she would not allow that to happen. And Vanguard one, he's too smart for that. Anyway, Cesaro, he's a dilapidated grappler. And it's the Sheamus that will reign supreme and delete this pointless best of 7 feud between the obsolete mule and the Hunter's good friend. So that is the Broken One's premonition. Now next are those titles that the Broken One and Brother Nero we've held on many occasions. Some would call us pioneers of the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. We're the champions, the Kashude, versus the veterinarian Luke Gallows and that dastardly arms dealer Karl Anderson. Now doctors, veterinarians, and arms dealers do not play well together. Cashews, they fit in a bowl nicely, so the Kashude wins and stay the champions at WWE McMahon Clash of Champions. Now next is a belt for the little people. Yes, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. And yes, this used to come from the Zone of Impact because you have the new champion, Masculimatic Suicide, TJ Perkins, versus the new champion, Brian Kendrick, at WWE Clash of Champions. Wow, this is a lot harder than I thought it was, people. Matt Hart, you're freaking brilliant. Next is the WWE North Cameron Championship with the big Russian. And yes, I got a phone call from Vladimir Putin, who told me his money is on the big Bulgarian brute and the broken one's money is on Rusev over the bland cup of coffee, which is the Samoan. Roman Reigns. Wake up, Roman. Wake up. Too big Rusev wins. Now next is a triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair, I know her father very well, versus Sasha Banks, I partied with her uncle very well, versus Bayley. Very nice girl, Bayley. Bayley wins. Surprise, 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 mules. And last but not least, at the WWE Clash of Champions, the WWE Universal Championship. That worthless mule, that maggot, that Canadian maple syrup drinking fool, Kevin Owens, the champion, facing Seth Rollins, who I don't see winning. I don't see winning. And I don't see it happening. Now I sound like an Italian mobster here on the Andre Corbeil Show. So the Universal Championship, it stays in the hands of Kevin Owens. Too soon to change. Now with that out of the way, if you don't watch TNA Impact Wrestling, I will send Vanguard 1. I will send King Maxwell. I will send them to delete you obsolete mules. And that is the broken one, whom you should relish in my presence on this Andre Corbeil Show. Now stay tuned for that guy I used to see in Stamford, Connecticut at the WWE Towers, Randy Helms, followed by Rob Kimball Brand. Holy shit, wrestling fans, that was really hard to do. And let me know in the comment section below how you think the broken one Andre Corbeil pulled off the very complex character of broken Matt Hardy from Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Now I'm going to inject a little bit of TNA Impact Wrestling in this. Bound for Glory is coming up, and the build pertaining and relating to this pay-per-view from Total Nonstop Action Wrestling has been less than brilliant. So if you left TNA Impact Wrestling as a fan a long time ago, I highly suggest, under the guise of Billy Corgan and the changes, the consistent efforts from the company, you're really missing out if you're shitting on the company and not giving it a proper view. Go back and give it a chance. You'll be pleasantly surprised. And for fans that have heard all of the naysayers, heard all of the minions of a certain person, give TNA Impact Wrestling a chance before you judge. Anyway, I'm a knowledgeable, passionate pro wrestling reporter. I know each and every one of you are knowledgeable, passionate pro wrestling fans, and that's why I do what I do for each and every one of you. Tried, tested, and true. And I ain't gonna stop, because we're all in this for one thing. I'm a freaking idiot. Wrestling, peace, and thanks for supporting the channel, everybody.
And your tomorrow starts today.
Here we go. Prediction time once again. Welcome, Randy's Corner, the Andre Corbeil Show here on Russo's brand. It's time once again for Clash of Champions this go around. So we haven't seen this pay-per-view, have we? It's been a while, I think. WCW or something? I don't know. We've had Clash of Champions. I don't know. I didn't look up when the last Clash of Champions are. That's your job. You look it up. You tell me. I'm going to do the predictions, all right? You can do them too, all right? We'll see who's right, who's wrong. All right, let's start it off with the pre-show. We got Nia Jax going up against Alicia Fox. Crazy Alicia Fox, all right? you know, she broke bad the other night, and she paid the price for it too, because she got thrown right through them barricades. Anyways, it's pretty obvious what WWE is doing on this, and Raw. Nia Jax, they're trying to make to be this, you know, big giant Samoan woman that can't be beat, so she's obviously going to go over. I expect at some point, whether it's later this year or even all the way into next year, her and Tamina Snuka will get into it. But Nia Jax wins on the pre-show. Now, this next match that hasn't been advertised, but I just got a funny feeling it will be either advertised or it'll just end up happening. I don't know if it'll be on the pre-show or it might even be the first match. But I see the Shining Stars taking on Enzo and Big Cash. Man, I say Cash. Something with a C, Big Cash. Anyways, I you know, no doubt in my mind, if this match takes place, Enzo and Big Cass are gonna walk away with the victory. They're due one, so we'll see that. You know, we'll definitely see that happening. Next up for my prediction, Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. You knew I was going to talk about it, you stupid idiot. Anyways, Sami Zayn's going to win this match. It's going to be a good match, though. I mean, these two guys are going to try to tear the house down because that's what Chris Jericho does sometimes, and Sami Zayn obviously as well. So, Sami Zayn with the win over Chris Jericho. And don't be surprised if we don't see Chris Jericho trying to work with the Cruiserweights a little bit, you know, help build that. We'll see what happens. Next up, the best of 7. Did anybody think it wasn't going 7? I mean, maybe some kid like in the 5th grade. Everybody knew it was going 7. That's why they said the best of 7. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Well, I'm going to tell you on this little sheet I got down here, I highlighted a name. But, you know, from my train ride from work to this car, I got a funny feeling WWE might throw a curve at us because we all expect Cesaro to win it, right? The big comeback story, wins 4 straight. I don't think it's happening. I think Sheamus is going to get over, actually. I think Sheamus is going to win. And it'll surprise Sami Zayn, and he'll have to regroup. And I don't think it hurts Sami Zayn to lose, to be honest with you. I think it kind of, you know, it is what it is. So, there you go. Sheamus wins. All right, so here we go. Let's start talking about some championship matches. First up, the Raw Tag Team Championship. Championship. You got New Day as your title holders going up against Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. I'm telling you right now, if Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows does not win this match, they look like chumps. Plain out and simple. That's what they'll look like. They have to win this match. There's no doubt in my mind they will win this match because I think, you know, the New Day has held the titles for a long time. And it's time to, you know, let somebody else hold them for a while and get some new blood going on. Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson beating the New Day, baby. All right, next up, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Man, I have loved some Cruiserweight since that they started this WCW Cruiserweight, you know, the CWC. I loved it. I loved every episode of it. And I'm going to tell you why I love it so much. Because a lot of these guys, they got, you know, they're coming straight off the indies. And if you're a follower of Randy's Corner and Andre Corbeil, you know I've talked about the indies a lot. I've done a interview with a couple of the guys on the indie circuit, and I love it, man. I'm here in Virginia. I go see Nova Pro. I run up to Maryland and see Maryland Championship Pro, which I'm actually headed up there this weekend. By the time you see this, I'll be there on Saturday. They got a Legends Fest and got an event that night. And I'm going to try to see if I can snag some interviews. We'll see if anybody's willing to do it, hopefully. I've been out in Amarillo, saw NWA Top of Texas. Man, I love watching independent wrestling, you know. It's a lot of fun. And if you have anything in your town or nearby, go check it out. But anyways, let's get back to this prediction. So we got the champion TJ Perkins going up against Brian Kendrick. Now, I have a funny feeling that we might see a third person get involved in this and it become a triple threat. and that being Jack Gallagher. And if it happens, Jack Gallagher's taking that title. He's walking out with it. But if for some reason they don't see it my way, because, I book a little bit different than the WWE does, TJ Perkins wins. But I just got a feeling Jack Gallagher's going to somehow get involved, and he's going to get put in the match. Next up, WWE United States Championship. We got Rusev, our champion, going up against Roman Reigns. It's too easy. This one's so easy to pick. It's Roman Reigns. All right, Roman Reigns is going to take the title. I hope this helped Roman. I really do. I hope this, pushes him in a positive direction. Big Samoan, needs some help there. I still think he needs a manager. I really, really do. I think if he had a manager, it would just make the world of difference. Of course, he needs to be a heel if he has a manager. But anyways, Roman Reigns going to win. All right, now we've got the triple threat match that is the WWE Raw's Women's Championship with our champion Charlotte taking on the likes of Sasha Banks and Bayley. All right, so this is going to be a good match too. I really hope that all three women give it their all, and I think they will. I will tell you right now, Charlotte ain't going to win this match. She's going to start a feud with her protege. There's no doubt. What's her name? Dana Brooks. They're going to start up some type of feud. So Charlotte will definitely not win this match. So it comes down to who's going to win, Sasha or Bayley. Now, I think fans of Monday Night Raw and WWE will be happy either way, to be honest with you. But I think ultimately we're going to see Bayley take the title that night and become our new Raw Women's Champion. And I think the following Monday or a week or two later, we're going to see Sasha turn heel. I have a funny feeling she's going back to her heel character. Because I'll be honest with her on the mic as a babyface ain't working. She needs to go back to the heel stuff she was doing down in NXT, Because a boss should be devious. So, Bayley wins. The final match of the night for the WWE Universal Championship. And I'm still wrapping my tongue around saying Universal Championship. But anyways, we got our champion Kevin Owens, KO, going against Seth Rollins. And, well, I think we may see Triple H get involved, possibly. Maybe not, but possibly. One way or the other, Kevin Owens is walking out as the winner. Seth Rollins is not getting that title. I think they're going to build up for some type of Seth Rollins versus Triple H match, maybe at WrestleMania. But have you noticed lately that Mick Foley is starting to give these little signs that he might be turning heel? And that might come into play. He might cost Seth Rollins the match accidentally or something like that. I don't know. But that's my predictions. Let me pay homage to my boy Scott here. And I don't have a paper bag, so I'll just rip up this paper. All right, there you go, Scott. I paid homage to you. So that's it for this week. That's the predictions. Don't forget, I'm the Q&A guy, questions and answers. You ask the questions, I'm going to give you the answers. All right? You can ask me anything. Anything. I prefer wrestling, but you can ask anything. How do you do that? Well, hit me up on Twitter. Where do you find me at on Twitter? You find me at Helms Randy, HELMSRANDY. You can leave some questions down there in the YouTube comment section right down there below. All right? Hit me up each and every week. I'm on the Andre Corbeil Show. I got that other show on the Russo brand talking about 80s hair metal. You know what I'm talking about? All right? Called Out You On My Hair. That normally posts on Mondays. But anyways, in the meantime, as I always say, your tomorrow, it starts when? Everybody now. Today. It.
Crazy bastards, welcome back to the Kimball compound for the WWE Clash of Champions prediction show right here on Andre Corbeil's show. And Goldberg, will he be there? not going to be there. He's already silenced the rumors. Clash of Champions would be a great place to bring him back if they were going to do it, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Goldberg has been teasing many different appearances, possibly coming back, taking on Brock Lesnar, or coming here at Clash of Champions, being at SummerSlam. Hey, the list goes on to keep his stock high, so if he does come back, it's going to be a huge moment. We'll see. Yeah, he's tipping 50, but he's still in really good shape, so we'll find out down the road, just not this Sunday. Let's get right into this, though, for real. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. There's been rumors they're teasing a Seth Rollins, Stephanie McMahon relationship. Hey, who knows? I don't think so. I think Stephanie McMahon knows damn well Triple H was going to stop Seth Rollins prior to, and he's on Kevin Owens' side. So it looks like, I think Triple H is going to come back, make sure Kevin Owens is still champion, pissing off Seth Rollins. We're building the feud between the two, and there's going to be a big match between Seth Rollins and Triple H, which sort of buries Kevin Owens being the champion, because the bigger picture will be that match, feud, build up, all that good shit. But Kevin Owens will still be champion outside of this, and who's next for Kevin Owens? There's a lot of different guys out there that definitely want it, but who can he go against next that he can just destroy with the mic and in the ring? I can't wait for it. Will they go with Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn's got that match with Jericho, Owens' best friend. It's a possibility to get that match down the road. That would be awesome. But let's move on to Rusev Reigns. And like I said, my pick was Kevin Owens anyway. Rusev versus Reigns. Do you believe Reigns will definitely finally get out of this funk that he's been in, or, well, finally have a match, actually, with Rusev, that is? I don't believe so. Rusev here is going to dominate. Reigns will look good, but Rusev will get the best of him here, and Reigns is going to lose some matches, and it's going to make the crowd feel pretty good about it. So I think it's going to happen for sure. Rusev is retaining this title, and he's going to be carrying it for quite a while. And it's good. It's good for business, definitely. And is it finally the New Day's time to lose the belts? Please. Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson, it's finally their time to win these belts. But I've said this, I think, 3 or 4 times. So, who knows? Why you would definitely, like, creatively stating, why would you think that the New Day should have the belt even longer? Yes, they are all these great things, and they still will be all those great things. Entertaining, funny, hilarious, great in the ring. All that will still be all that without the belts. Now, Gallows and Anderson get those belts. Now they get that certain swagger on them. They're even more confident. They're more cocky running through this tag division, and that will make it fun. And you got other tags that will work their way up, especially Enzo and Kaz against Gallows and Anderson. That'd be a good time. Cruiserweight division. TJ Perkins, the great TJP, Manic, Suicide, whatever you want to call him, from TNA versus Brian Kendrick, the guy that came back. He was also in TNA for quite a while. Has made it back. It looks like to have a way bigger presence on camera than TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins seems very shy when the mic and the camera is there, and in the ring, absolutely nothing wrong there, but it does look like he needs to work on a few things there, but it don't take away anything inside the ropes. So is this the time that Brian Kendrick does come up because they feel comfortable with him, or do they use Brian Kendrick to coach TJ Perkins along? And that's the pick I'm going with, because I think everyone's going with Brian Kendrick on this, and it is a great story. 7 years, you're trying to come back and get back into the WWE, but TJ Perkins is definitely a great talent. Let's freshen him up, let's get him comfortable, and let him lead this Cruiserweight division. And that's where I'm going. Brian Kendrick, who knows? It would be a great story if he does win it, but who's next for him? That's just the way I see it. Then Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho, and Jericho's just on fire. I don't believe, it doesn't even matter win or lose here, really, either guy. But Jericho, I think, is going, you know what, now that I'm thinking about the Kevin Owens match, Sami Zayn winning would get him a title shot possibly, because he just beat his best friend. Now why doesn't he get a chance at taking on the Universal Champion? that would be good. Let's do it. I'm going with Sami Zayn, switching it up right now. Jericho's on the list, and sorry, drink it in, man. And then we have the Best of 7 series coming to an end with Cesaro and Sheamus, and this really put a roadblock on Cesaro. It just took the steam out of everything that was going on. Sheamus is just, he's very talented. Don't take that away. It's just, when he's out there, he's boring, and I don't know if it's they're holding him back or what. Let him loose. Let him do his thing. I mean, just 9 months ago, he was WWE World Champion. Let this guy do it. He wasn't that good then either. But the point is, Cesaro's going to take this one. It's supposed to be that good Rocky Balboa type story, and he overcomes the odds. And yeah, hopefully Cesaro gets back on track. I think this was a backpedal. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. Is Cesaro going to finally make it up into the Universal title picture, or even the United States Championship? Will he get that back? Possibly down the road in the next 12 months. Maybe. I say shoot him toward the Universal title. That would be fun. But Owens comes off more as a face because the crowd loves him. So yeah, what do you do there? I think the Sami Zayn Owens will always work, so that would be best coming up. So Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte. I think here in the end, Dana Brooke's gonna fuck it up and Charlotte's gonna retain, but this will be a fuck up where she finally does something good. And it'll look like she's gonna play it off that she meant to do it, and Charlotte will keep her in her good graces for a little while longer, but eventually down the road, when Charlotte does lose that belt, it'll be because of Dana, and it'll be a huge feud between the two, and it won't be no WrestleMania worthy match, but it'll be somewhere down the road, maybe Royal Rumble. Then Nia Jax versus Alicia Fox on the pre-show. Guys, what? The odds must be... It's just dumb. Alicia Fox is not going to win. All types of crazy bitch ain't gonna work here. Nia Jax is just too big, too strong, and I'm sorry. Bayley made it believable when she had her matches down in NXT against Nia Jax, but I don't see Alicia Fox doing her couple moves that she has, and she's very athletic, but she can't do the move set that she has against Nia Jax. Simple. And it's just going to be another squash, and at least against a named talent instead of, you know, the indie guys, which, hey, those guys, they're doing a good job. Give it up for the indies, everyone. Seriously, without them, we'd be still stuck in the 80s. You know how that was. Definitely as of this recording right now, Enzo and Kaz and Shining Stars is not a match, but this will definitely be thrown into the pre-show, and Enzo and Kaz will come over and beat the shit out of the Shining Stars, and the Shining Stars will have to go back to selling more stuff and their stupid whatever gimmick they got going on. Shining Stars has been flat, a little bit better than their last gimmick there, the bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Exactly. Guys, what do you think of the list here? And drop yours down in the comments. We want to know what you think. And if you believe the Universal Champion, say it's Rollins, who will his next opponent be? If it's Kevin Owens, who's going to be his next opponent? Drop your predictions down below now, and maybe that's something we'll talk about in the next ACS show. And that is it from the Kimball Compound. Make sure you subscribe if it's your first time here, and check out the merch as well. And I will catch you guys next week.
In this industry, none other than Mick Foley.
I mean, facts are facts. You said it.